how do we touch into our own value, and then how do we articulate that value in a way that we can feel it and that everyone that we talk to can feel it? Um, how do we move with meaning and purpose in a way that the world can say, oh, that is meaningful and purposeful? Um, and that takes practice. That takes really sort of looking inward and touching into and articulating in a way, in an adaptive way, that whomever we're talking to, whether it's a specific person or whether it's a group of people or whether it's an ideal client or whatever it is, how we articulate our value is really important. So that's sort of the first thing from last session. Uh, and then the other theme from last session, or another theme, was the balance between creativity and making money and generating revenue. Ideally, those two things come very close together, are an expression of the same thing, but that's not always possible right in the beginning. And so sometimes we have to have what I sometimes call a sidecar. We have our money making thing or our job or whatever we're doing. And then we have our creative project that is sort of running parallel. Um, and maybe just as a tiny thing, maybe it's 5 minutes of creativity a day. And then we expand on it as feels natural and possible and filled with ease. Uh, and so that's such an important theme. And over time, I think we can bring those things closer together and maybe have them be the same thing. But when we can't, it doesn't mean that we should just do one and not the other. I think that was a really important theme from last time is keep being creative, but make sure that you have your needs taken care of in this world around finances. And then some people are on the other side, right? They focus only on finances, but then the creativity atrophies or depletes in some way. So finding that balance is really important. Which leads me to sort of the last piece from last time, which was do what comes natural and easy. Sometimes we get into this thinking that we have to sort of like do some penance or we have to like suffer more than we actually do need to suffer. The work is challenging enough. Do the stuff that's easy and fun, um, and that actually has some natural traction to it. So we're not always pushing a boulder up the hill. Sometimes it's nice to ride a sled down the hill. And so finding ways to do that in our work. Um, we've all heard, or maybe we haven't heard, but know, spend the time doing the 20% of the stuff that brings the 80% of the return rather than the 80% of the hard stuff that only renders 20% of benefit. Do the stuff that already is obviously alive for you. Um, so those are the three themes that I think we're positioning the value, balancing creativity and revenue generating activities, uh, and then this follow what feels easy instead of trying hard, try easy.